1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Prime Minister has reaffirmed Pakistan's resolve to commence the work on Pakistan Stream North-South gas pipeline as soon as possible by expeditiously completing prerequisites. Russia has assured full cooperation in diverse fields, including meeting Pakistan's energy needs and provision of security equipment and coronavirus vaccine. The Chief of the Army Staff says Pakistan, having no hostile designs towards any country, will continue to work for a cooperative regional framework based on sovereign equality and mutual progress. The Foreign Minister, speaking virtually at the D8 Council of Ministers meeting today, called for fully implementing various agreements for effective collaboration within the group to realize its vision. The Minister for Maritime Affairs has assured full facilitation to the American companies willing to invest in maritime sector in Pakistan. The Amnesty International has slammed India for its clampdown on civil liberties in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan has reaffirmed Pakistan's resolve to expeditiously conclude the requisite legal process for the Pakistan Stream North-South gas pipeline project and commence the work as early as possible. Talking to the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, who called on him in Islamabad today, the Prime Minister expressed satisfaction over the steady growth in bilateral ties, including deepening cooperation in trade, energy, security and defense. Views were exchanged on the health and economic challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. In the regional context, the Prime Minister stressed the importance of a negotiated political settlement of the conflict in Afghanistan. With reference to the situation in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the Prime Minister shared Pakistan's perspective on issues of peace and security in South Asia, including the need for peaceful resolution of the dispute. The Prime Minister reiterated his invitation to President Vladimir Putin to visit Pakistan at his earliest convenience. Russia has assured of full cooperation in diverse areas, particularly to meet Pakistan's requirements in energy, security equipment and supply of coronavirus vaccine. The Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, at a joint news conference with the Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi in Islamabad today, said his country has offered delivery of Russian liquefied natural gas through the Russian companies. Sergei Lavrov said Pakistan-Russia Intergovernmental Commission to meet in Moscow this year, and it would be a key step in defining the sphere of cooperation in multiple areas. Regarding security cooperation, he said Russia is ready to strengthen Pakistan's anti-terrorist capacity, including supply of special equipment. The Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi on the occasion said Pakistan is keen to build a strong multidimensional relationship with Russia, considering it a priority with a new significant approach. Welcoming the visit of the Russian Foreign Minister, he said Pakistan regards Russia as an important factor in the stability of the region. Shah Mahmood Qureshi said Pakistan, in view of its energy needs, can greatly benefit from Russia. The Army Chief General Qamar Javed Bajwa says Pakistan welcomes all initiatives which can bring peace and stability in Afghanistan, as the whole region will benefit from it. He was talking to the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, who called on him in Rawalpindi today. General Bajwa said Pakistan has no hostile designs towards any country, and it will keep on working towards a cooperative regional framework based on sovereign equality and mutual progress. The visiting dignitary acknowledged Pakistan's achievements in the war against terrorism and contributions for regional peace and stability, especially Pakistan's sincere efforts in the Afghan peace process. The Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi has emphasized full implementation of various instruments and agreements for mutually beneficial collaboration among the D8 member states. Speaking virtually during the D8 Council of Ministers meeting today, he said the member states should create opportunities for entrepreneurs and mobilize the private sector. The minister said we must renew our commitment for an early realization of D8 vision and objectives. He said our vision of regional cooperation and development is anchored in responsibility within and beyond. Shah Mahmood Qureshi said Pakistan has always contributed to strengthening of the D8 and we will continue to play an active role in enabling the organization to achieve its full potential. This is Radio Pakistan. The Finance Minister Hamad Azhar says the government is fully committed to implement structural reforms, protecting social spending and boosting social safety nets in order to protect the vulnerable segments of the society. Talking to the Vice President South Asian Region World Bank, Hartwig Schaffer, during a virtual meeting, he stressed that harmonization of general sales tax is a priority area for the government. Hamad Azhar expressed firm resolve of the government in implementing reforms under the ongoing World Bank projects. Speaking on the occasion, the Minister for Energy, Omar Ayub Khan, and Special Assistant on Power, Tabish Gauhar, outlined the steps being taken to streamline the power sector, improving service delivery and serving the larger interest of electricity consumers. The Interior Minister Sheikh Rashid Ahmed says relations between Pakistan and Saudi Arabia are based on mutual brotherhood and love, and any attempt to damage the ties will not be allowed to succeed. Talking to the Saudi ambassador Nawaf bin Said Al Maliki in Islamabad today, he said the people of both the countries have a relationship of trust. The Minister for Maritime Affairs, Syed Ali Haider Zaidi, has assured full facilitation to American companies willing to invest in maritime sector of Pakistan. Talking to the American Charge d'Affaires Angela Aguilar, who called on him in Islamabad today, the minister also offered the United States for joint ventures. The American Charge d'Affaires showed keen interest in Gwadar Port as they discussed massive potential of Awan transit through the port. The United States says it encourages India and Pakistan to have a direct dialogue between them on issues of concern. This was stated by the American State Department spokesman Ned Price while responding to a question at the daily news briefing in Washington. The Syrian government has allowed Pakistani pilgrims to visit the country with certain standard operating procedures and conditions. According to a press release issued by the Ministry of Religious Affairs, the visit should be coordinated with the Syrian company Al Karnak for transport and tourism. The London-based rights watchdog Amnesty International has slammed India for its clampdown on civil liberties in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, as well as punitive lockdown in response to the COVID-19 outbreak. The Amnesty International's report said, a year after the Modi government revoked the special status of the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the Indian government continued to silence those who demanded accountability and imposed a harsh media blackout in the territory. The report also pointed out that at least 18 journalists in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir were physically attacked by the Indian police or summoned to the police stations. In Myanmar, the military troops stormed an anti-coup protest camp today, resulting in the killing of 7 people and injuring many others. Reports say violence erupted when troops entered the protest site in the town of Kale in the Saigon region, where demonstrators were demanding the restoration of Aung San Suu Kyi's government. Meanwhile, a group of MPs from Suu Kyi's National League for Democracy Party met United Nations investigators today to discuss alleged atrocities by the junta. And now cricket. In the third and final one-day international cricket match at Centurion against Pakistan, chasing a victory target of 321 runs, South Africa was 62 runs for the loss of 1 wicket in 12 overs a short while ago. Batting first, Pakistan scored 320 runs for the loss of 7 wickets in the stipulated 50 overs. The three-match series is level 1-all. And finally, the weather. Mainly dry weather is likely to prevail in most parts of the country during the next 24 hours. However, partly cloudy weather with chances of rain thunderstorm is expected in Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.